short video of my room, just to talk about some of the things I have on it. And one of the greatest things I have in my room is right there. It's my beautiful little granddaughter. I had to put her in there. Cause see, there she is again. Look at. You think you were just gonna sit in here and I wasn't gonna put you in the video?
Yeah.
Well, there you are. Anyway.
I don't.
Okay. My room, pretty small, and that's what I was kind of going to talk about in the video, is how sound works in this room. And you can see I have a pretty good sized window on my east wall. Nice, because I can sit here and watch my grandkids out there playing. Okay, I got a monitor, and there's my TV up there. I have that hooked into my sound card. I have a center channel up there, but I'm not currently using it. I just got this system, and bear with me, I'm on a tripod here, so I'm trying to get it working correctly. Okay, there's one of my speakers right there. This is a Logitech Z906 5.1. Hopefully you can see that under there. My center channel, right there. And then if you swing over here, there's going to be my other satellite. Get my cup of coffee off in here. And this system, I've done some trial and error. I used to have the Z Logitech 5500. Bought it when it was new years ago. Served me well. The sub started buzzing, so I finally got rid of it because it was irritating. When it was so loud, anytime I couldn't hear anything, I'd hear that buzz, boom. So I said, nah, I'm finally gonna get rid of it. It lasted me long enough. So then I went to stereo. And I was very disappointed, even though I tried a couple systems that technically have better speakers than these. But they just didn't sound good in this room, not like the 5.1. Let's zoom into my console a little bit. So I played around and went with a couple of different speakers. I had some Edifiers R18-0T, which I still have in my living room. They sound good with my speakers, but yeah, for in here they didn't sound good. Now I pretty much use this computer for everything. Watching movies, listening to music, watching TV, being on the internet, various files. And the stereo speakers just weren't cutting it. Even though they were bigger than these, they were, like I said, they just didn't have the sound. Okay, going over here for a second. I'm going to go down with my tripod here. And this is my keyboard. Take my pad off of here. This is a mechanical keyboard, and this has Cherry MX red, white switches in it. Det keyboard, you can see. There's a lot of different key switches that you can get on keyboards, and this is what you want to get. If you're not sure what kind of feel you like, you can get one of these. granddaughter. And you can see in this particular one I have blue, browns, reds, blacks, greens. Did I get them? And whites. And they all have a different feel to them. And this is a nice little thing if you're planning on buying a mechanical keyboard and you want to get an idea of what feels best for you. There's no right or wrong. It's whatever feels the best to your fingers and how you type. For me personally, even though these are whites, I actually like these blacks. I like the feel of the blacks better than all of these. This is the blues, which are the most clicky. These, the reds, are actually pretty easy to press. The blacks are a little harder to press. But the blacks, to me, had the best overall feel, the smoothest feel. These all feel, the ones with the tactile, they have like a bump halfway down that helps you register clicks. It gives it kind of a crunchy feel. I prefer the linear, which don't have the bumps. They're just straight switches. Again, it's just whatever you know, fits your style. I'm heavy-handed when I type, and I'm not real precise, even though I can type, I don't know, 50 words a minute or so. But the feel for me on the tactile switches with the bumps, I just blow right past the bumps. I hit it all the way down anyway. So some people are have a lot of finesse in their fingers, and they can type like this. See, I'm like this. Just how I type. I'm all the way down. It's just the way I've always been. I have a real heavy-handed writing when I write. I press the pen halfway through the paper, kind of thing. So again, for me, this black just feels super good. The MX Cherry Black.
I don't like the black.
But which ones you like?
The blue.
You like the blues? See, that's what I mean. Everybody's different. The problem is finding a keyboard with black cherry switches. Pretty hard because there's not many of them around. Now you can see this keyboard here is white backlight, which is the one I like. RGB keyboards are just a little much for me, a little too psychedelic looking for me. I just want a clear light coming through that I can see the keyboards, because I do need a lighted keyboard. So the only one I could find that had the option of having Cherry MX black switches was the Ducky keyboard. It has the white backlight like this. So that's one I ordered. I should be getting it in a few days, so I'm really anxious to try that out to see if it feels a little smoother than this keyboard, which, like I said, this one feels, it's a good keyboard, but it just feels a little crunchy to me, so I'm going to try to smoothen that out a little bit. I'm going to swing over. Now, I'm swing over here a little bit more. I can tell with this stand is already better, because I tried to make a video holding the phone. It came out so jittery, it was unwatchable. Okay, I'm going to be moving this over here. Okay. Now, going down, there is the sub, right there. 8-inch sub. The previous Logitech 5500 had a 10-inch sub. This one's still fine for this room. I mean, the 10-inch sub's probably going to go lower and would be better if my room was a little bit bigger. But for this room, this still gives me about the same amount of bass as before. Now, if you look at my room, open that door. This is a little room that I built in my garage years ago. And if you swing around, yes, if you swing around, there's my beautiful granddaughter again. She's right there. And anyway, there's the back of the wall. So you can see from here to here, there's my other satellite. And if you look in the corner, there's my other satellite. So you can see I'm just about, the room is so small, it's only about 7 feet wide by 8 foot long by 7 feet high. So it's a pretty small room. And for this room, these speakers rock. When I tried the bigger stereo, I wasn't happy with the sound. In fact, one of them was the Fluence AI40s, which are technically a lot better speaker than these right here, than those. But for this room, they just didn't sound that good. I returned them, even though they were a good speaker. But they just wasn't for me. And then with sound, everybody is different. It's what you like, what's the characteristics of your room, the dampening factors, the reflection factors of the room. Everything's different. You listen to a set of speakers in a showroom, they're going to sound different than the room that you put them in. That's just the way it is. Almost the only way you can really tell is to bring them home and try them out. Because everybody's situation's different. So, when you watch stuff on YouTube, and you see all these audio reviews, I love watching them because I like the personalities, and I love watching all these speakers that I could only dream about getting. But you can't really tell what it sounds like until you actually try it. Now, let me go to this right here. I have to talk about my computer. Okay, there's my computer. Lock her in there. Okay. This is an open air system. I personally like the look of seeing the inside of the stuff that I paid the money for. I would be a type of a dude that'd be perfectly happy in a TV repair shop where you're just looking at bare electronics hanging out all over the place. Hell yeah, that's fine with me. So this is the kind of look that I went for. So there's the computer. Let me get a little closer view. You can see I have a Creative Z-Blaster sound card, a 1070 video card, a Noctua double fan heatsink for the CPU. Going down a little bit lower, there's my power supply, 2 hard drives, 2 DVD burners. And if you look straight ahead, you can see I have 2 hard drives hanging from strings, and it's that on purpose to isolate them so I don't get any resonance down there, because you can see that there's actually a slot that came in this kit that you slide those hard drives in. That looked really good, but it had resonance for me. I could hear them vibrating, and they created a sound that I didn't like. So I just strung some string down there, you can see, and I just have them completely suspended on string, and it just quieted them suckers right out. I don't even hear them now. Then I also have an SSD that's above this plate right up here. I don't know how good the sound comes across on this video, but this thing's almost silent. The only fans on it are the 2 on the heatsink, and if you look right back here, there's another 140 millimeter fan just blowing across the whole thing, blowing across the hard drives, and it's almost silent, which is very important to me. Also, what I like is it runs cooler, and it's a lot easier to keep clean. All you got to do, when dust collects on it, you just blow it off. Where on a case, it's like a vacuum cleaner, and it's just collecting dust, and when you open that sucker up, that's what happens. So anyway, I love this puppy. You can see right here, I had to run USB into the computer because my keyboard and mouse were too far away from the computer where the regular cords weren't long enough to plug into the back up there. So I used this. I used right here my USB 3. And if you look down here, right there, you'll see a external USB 2 terabyte hard drive. I have a baggie over it to keep dust off of it when I'm not using it. So I have plenty of storage space. So that's about it for the room. I just wanted to do this short video about it, talk a little bit about the speaker system that I ended up really liking. In this room, when I hooked these speakers up, after trying the stereo, I was like instantly, you know, it didn't take me a couple seconds. Forgive me bouncing this thing around. It didn't take me more than 5 minutes to realize, oh hell yeah, this is what I'm talking about, this is what I was missing. But it's in this room. If I was to take this system and put it in my living room, it wouldn't fill the room up. I would, you know, I would have a completely different experience in there. I'd probably go, nah, this ain't gonna cut it in here. Now I need to go back and put those fluences back in there that I returned. But for this room and the size it is, again, a small room, this sound is about everything that I need for what I use it for. Now, could I do better? Hell yeah. Do I have the money to do better? Hell no. I mean, if I wanted to spend $5,000 and get me a system that could beat the shit out of these, it could, but I don't have that kind of money, and this system costs $280. $280 for this room, you ain't gonna touch this system. Okay, I gotta go now, granddaughter.
What?
Granddaughter, say bye.
No.
Say bye-bye.
No.